let's get into it. I got some positive news that I wanted to start the stream off with and I wanted to share with everybody. And today, the positive news that I have for everybody is the reviews for Madam Web, Sony's new Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man-esque, Morbius universe. The reviews have dropped. And when I woke up this morning and I saw the Rotten Tomatoes, it just warmed my heart. It fucking warmed my heart. The reviews I guess the premiere happened yesterday and the reviews have come out and Madam Web is currently sitting at a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes. Reviews are claiming this film is worse than Morbius. We didn't think it was possible, but we made history. And you know it's bad because I found like quotes and shit all over this. So like different reviewers are like tweeting about it. This dude said from Chris Parker from 3C Films, he said, Madam Web is an embarrassing mess. Talented stars wasted on probably the worst comic book movie I have ever seen. Madam Mid, filled with atrocious dialogue, awkward editing, and all around laughable structure. I sat there baffled. Scene by scene, someone approve this. The memes will redeem this. Yo, shout out to Phantom with the sub. The memes will redeem this. And to me, this is why it's good news. The movie sucks, but I think we got another Morbius on our hands when this movie drops because he said it's gonna be memes galore. And then what was the other one? I think it was this one. Sean O'Connell, who's also a film reviewer, said, yeah, Madam Web is somehow worse than you feared. One of the worst movies ever made in any genre. Story makes absolutely no sense. The action is boring, Madam Dead, with barely any cape stuff. Dakota Johnson looks bored as hell, as you feel. It makes Morbius look like The Dark Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, Black history was made today by this evil black Spider-Man because when does it come out? Madam Web release date. When does shit come out? February. Oh, it comes out tomorrow. Oh shit. Is that another quote? Let me see. What's this? Matt Ramos gonna what am I looking for here? He saw it. What'd he say about it? Tomorrow, I think. He didn't say nothing about it. I'm excited, man. You sent the same link. Anyways, I'm excited about this. Me personally, you scrolled by it. Is it just him comparing the pictures? Morbius, Fantastic Four, Dirty Diana, Batman and Robin, the real Fantastic Four, y'all. The real Fantastic Four. It's on that level of bad. I'm excited about this though because me personally, excuse me. What's worse is like painfully mid when it doesn't inspire any emotion. I love a really good bad movie. That's why I like Morbius, because jokes are gonna come from this. So me personally, I can't wait to watch Madam Web. Am I gonna pay for it? No, allegedly. But I will watch it. I will fucking watch it. So that's the good news I wanted to share with everybody. Look out for Madam Web dropping tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking good. I have a hunch like the ending of this movie is gonna be so bad. I feel like the ending of this movie is gonna be like, because like for those of you unaware, Madam Web has the ability to like see the future and like help string the webs of reality or something. I don't know. I feel like the end of the movie, like Peter Parker is gonna be born, and it's gonna be because Madam Web saved him. Because I feel like the villain in this movie is trying to kill Peter before he's born, and she stops it so Peter can be born. This is gonna be like Marvel's version of, what was that superhero show that was on Sci-Fi about Superman's grandpa? Superman grandpa shows. Sci-Fi. I spelled that wrong. No, not Superville. Krypton. Yeah, it's gonna be like Krypton. Except for, I actually liked Krypton. Krypton was actually alright. I feel like it was slept on. But I feel like this is gonna be Marvel's version of Krypton. So we need Deadpool to come through and kill everybody in the Madam Web universe. Madam Web Rotten Tomatoes score went down to 6% since you showed it. Really? Rotten Tomatoes. Let's go. Let's see, Madam Mid. It's currently sitting at a 17%. It's just all over the place, man. It's all over the place. I'm not throwing you a squid right now. I'm reading Madam Web reviews, dude. Back up. Madam Web is burdened by too many threads and not enough fun. Still, it could be worse. It could be Morbius. Damn, she said it's not as bad as Morbius. Yo, shout out to Mr. Suzami with the sub. I appreciate you. Within 5 minutes of Madam Web, I heard in my head, it's Morbid time. The film spends a really good time by being entertainingly terrible, or what some might call campy. Frankly, after seeing it, I'm so ready and excited to watch Craven. I feel like Craven's next too. It's gonna be horrible. A weak script incapable of taking advantage of an extensive collection of comics inevitably leads to disaster. There are action scenes that never happen that seem to be saying that what matters to the public is no longer relevant beyond justifying a brand. Madam Web embodies the pitfalls of mainstream superhero cinema. Films not driven by story and character, but seemingly by the studio's mandates and franchise. Dan, he said basically everybody just showed up and was just like, man, I gotta do my fucking job here. I don't really want to do this shit. What up, Sin? What up? I see you. How are you doing? I was so hyped to see the positive news. You thought this shit was gonna be good? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Let me give y'all some actual good news, man. The upcoming PlayStation exclusive, Super Sick. Really? Weren't you streaming recently? The upcoming action game for PlayStation, Stellar Blade, will feature stellar yams for all the perverts out there. It was recently revealed that Stellar Blade, the upcoming post-apocalyptic saucy slasher, was given Korea's most mature rating by the Game Management Committee. Yo, shout out to Zero Blade with the sub. It's yet to be rated by the likes of PEGI and the ESRB, but it assumed that it'll be 18 plus and mature ratings in those markets too. The document posted by Korea's Game Management Committee stated that the driving criteria for this rating was the presence of nudity and excessive violence. So if you ever wanted to play Devil May Cry with a butt-naked chick with a fat ass, Stellar Blade will feature stellar yams. Get excited. This is basically Korea's version of the ESRB, so it's safe to assume it's probably going to be rated mature here. But then again, you know, cultural difference. What's mature to them might not be the same to us. They tend to be a little bit more conservative over there, so like it might not be that bad. It might actually be a teen-rated game, to be fair, at least over here. You never know, because like cultural differences. Finally, a game for me. But don't be surprised if like a bunch of funny memes come out for this game. Motherfuckers just being nasty. I said I don't see no problems. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting y'all know stellar yams will be possible. Morbius has its own trend. There's no way it can be replicated again with Madam Web. I don't know. Madam Mid. Let me see. Get rid of that. Immortals of Avium proves it's a grim time for single-player games, which is a crazy statement designed to just get all types of engagement. Because, to be honest, it's not a terrible time for single-player games. Like, let's just call it what it is. This game was mid. What does that have to do with single-player games as a whole? Especially when Baldur's Gate just won Game of the Year. Granted, that does have co-op, but it's a primarily single-player game. Yeah, Kotaku's at it again. Let's see what they have to say. IGN has run a piece on the state of the video game industry after the unprecedented wave of layoffs that have been going on in 2023 and the first 2 months of 2024. We're a month and a half into the year, and over 6,000 devs have been laid off across the industry. Among the developers who weighed in on IGN's story were some folks who worked on Immortals of Avium. They revealed the game's budget was around $120 million, 25, between development costs, publisher Electronic Arts marketing and distribution expenses. But because the game undersold, it was impossible to recoup such high costs, basically. Now, what does that have to do with single player games being in a bad state? Because, like, let's be real about this. First of all, how does this game cost $125 million to make? The game was mid. It wasn't bad, but it was just like first person Doom with magic. Yo, dude, you got to get off my bumper, dude. What's the name? Shout out to Easy with the sub. Yeah, it's just a clickbait ass article. The game was mid. That's why it didn't sell well. And then not only was it mid, I remember the day that I streamed it, a lot of people didn't even know it had came out. They was like, this shit came out? It was funny too, because I remember when I was streaming it, I was saying while I was playing it, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this game. And a lot of people was like, oh, you hating, you hating, you hating. Nobody bought this shit. Look, nobody fucking bought this shit. At a high level, Immortals was massively overscoped for a studio's debut project. A former Ascendant Studio employee told IGN the development cost was around $85 million, and I think EA kicked in $40 million for marketing and distribution. Sure, there was some serious talent on the development team, but trying to make a AAA single-player shooter in today's market was a truly awful idea. That's a terrible quote. Doom Eternal, hello? Hello? Fuck out of here. I called it mid. It looked mid. It's sitting at an 88 overall. Me personally, I would give it at least a 9. This is the best single player shooter to come out probably like in the last 5 years or something like that. Yeah, that's an L-ass take, bro. That's an L take. Especially since it was a new IP that also was trying to leverage Unreal Engine 5. What ended up launching was a bloated, repetitive campaign that was far too long. Now, let me read you that sentence back. What ended up launching was a bloated, repetitive campaign that was far too long. What the fuck does that have to do with the budget? Why'd you throw Unreal Engine in here? What does that have to do with anything? That's a creativity issue. Your game sucks. Your game sucks. Deathloop as well. Deathloop's a little, what's the word? Deathloop is divisive because a lot of people didn't like that game. I wasn't a fan of it either. But I know people did like it. A lot of people were kind of, hey, dude, you got to back up. Beep, 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 beep. I just started streaming. Beep, beep, beep. You got to get a life. The sentence is bloated and repetitive. I'm going to put this on the notes. Like, that's interesting. Be like, y'all think single player games are dead? Like, here we go with this bullshit again. Single player shooters are dead. Is Doom Eternal really fast paced like the previous one? Oh yeah, even faster. Because you have to stay on the move to heal and shit. Gaming is dead, head ass. Just can't accept your game wasn't good. I think that's one of the hardest things about like being a creative, and something even like I'm guilty of. When you're somebody who's creative, it can be hard to remove your ego from things. So you don't see what the world sees because you worked really hard on it. But the reality is what you made just really wasn't good. You said Aki's getting antsy. Did I take him out for a walk? Don't play me, bro. First of all, Ronan, I have a border collie. I don't have an option but to walk him 10 times a day. But we literally just came from outside like 5 minutes before I started streaming. I always walk my dog right before I start streaming. That way he's good. He's just being annoying. Like he don't like when I'm talking to somebody else. That's all it is. He don't like the attention off of him. Yo, shout out to Zaith with the sub. I appreciate it. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to Google News. Anybody got some news for me? Give me right now. You talking to me right now thinking maybe my shit just not good. Yeah, like sometimes maybe it's just not as good as you thought, or people weren't interested. I just re-downloaded Ghost of Tsushima for PS5. Ain't no way single player games are dead. Granted, they said single player shooters, but yeah. Yeah, single player games are definitely not. It's usually a single player game that wins game of the year. Almost, it's pretty rare a multiplayer game, let alone a fighting game. But especially just multiplayer games as a whole, it's very rare that it wins a game of the year. It's usually a single player game. Like I can predict right now based off of, let's see, 2024 game releases. Just educated guess in terms of quality of games. I'm willing to bet money Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be a game of the year contender. That's a single player game. I'm going to go on a limb and say Wukong. I feel like Wukong looks good enough. It could be a game of the year contender. We got to see how it actually plays when the game comes out. But from the eye test, it does look good enough. I think Overwatch. Yeah, off the top of my head, I feel like Overwatch is like the last multiplayer game that won game of the year. 7 Remake was a contender in 2020. Yeah. What it comes out this year? Skull and Bones. That could be a game of the year contender, guys. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? A little Skull and Bones. I will say this year feels weaker. I can't think of a lot of games off the top of my head. Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring DLC. Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2. Based off the eye test, Dragon's Dogma 2, I think that might be a game of the year contender. Rise of the Ronin, based off the eye test, I feel like that could be a game of the year contender. These are all single player games. Stellar Blade. I feel like Stellar Blade is gonna be like a AA game. It's gonna be good, but I don't know about Game of the Year contender. Power World. Power World will probably win like best community game or something like that. Oh yeah, Hellblade. You can throw that in there. There we get into it. Hellblade 2. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets nominated. It passes the eye test. What about Sonic? What about it? Based off the top, those would probably be the contenders I think for this year. But this man said Power World. What we got though? First 2 Xbox exclusives coming to rival consoles reported. EA Skate mobile version details leak online as stated from gaming journalists. What up, Matumbo? Shout out to the 400 we already got in here. If you're new, hit the follow button. It don't cost nothing to show our brother some love. That Mass Effect game for the PS5. There's Mass Effect news? Get the fuck out of here. I missed that. Is that why it was trending? This shit looks horrible. Let me see. Mass Effect. But yeah, if you're just coming in to the chat and you want to know what the good news is, it's the Madam Web reviews. They dropped. The movie's gonna be horrible, and I'm excited about it. I don't see nothing about Mass Effect. Let's see. You said Sweeney looks fire though. What that got to do with anything? You fucking horn dog. You gonna go to the movie just to look at her, bro? Just pull up some pictures. What is wrong with you? Hey, movie trash, but I'm gonna be there with a hole in the popcorn and the popcorn bucket. My dick gonna be in the hole, but it's gonna be surrounded by popcorn. Ain't nobody gonna know. I'm gonna just be in there, bro. I'm gonna be watching Madam Web shooting my webs like. I'm sorry about that. Anyways. Be like, yo, somebody, that nigga gonna be sitting in the movie theater shooting his webs to Madam Web, right? Gonna bust it. I'm trying to make a joke, dude. Busting a big nut, right? Shoots the webs into the fucking movie theater. The other 3 people that are in the movie theater, they gonna see his web shoot into the sky. And they gonna be like, damn, I didn't know we paid for a 4D movie. Gonna land on a nigga head and shit. Nigga, you just got came on. The fuck? Oh shit. Yeah, the other 3 people in that bitch, bro. Helldivers 2 has a Mass Effect Easter egg. What? Eagle-eyed fans have noticed a reference to one of the Mass Effect franchise. Fuck you, chat. Franchise's most popular means tucked away in Helldivers 2 in-game store items. Should I whip out the king today? Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't feel like he's ready. I was going crazy. Hey, hold on. I uploaded to Twitter. I'm off the subs. Yo, shout out to Mix with the I was playing last night, right? So I was playing, I just got bored. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna play some Tekken 8 tonight. I went straight online. I learned one combo and I went straight online, was bodying niggas with just fundamentals, right? So then I had a Vietnam playlist on. And you know what it was? Fuck y'all. I went to YouTube and searched Vietnam playlist because Helldivers 2 is basically Vietnam, the video game. I was like, I just feel like listening to Vietnam rock music, right? And then San Francisco came on. That shit had me fucking dying.
Oh, you keep quit rushing. I'm about to fucking.
San Francisco was playing it. Welcome to San Francisco. I'm tossing this bitch around while San Francisco was fucking playing.
You keep quit rushing. I'm about to fucking I got you in the string. I love that this song is playing because I'm about to send you on a flight to San Francisco. Enjoy your flight, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Sing that song, King. San Francisco. That shit is art, bruh. That shit, yo, playing King is so fucking funny because when you learn how to do his grab strings, most people, you know what it is? It's not even, because I played other Kings, it's not hard to get out of the grab string. Motherfuckers just don't know how to play the game. That's what it is. Niggas butt hurt, they're fucking trash. First of all, it's hard to pull off, especially when you get into the higher ranks. It takes skill because you have to duck a punch and then you have to grab them and you have to time it correctly. And then after that, it's up to the victim to counter the grabs. So then what happens is you put them in a grab string and you eat half of their fucking health bar. When they get up, they start moving all, you can tell they're visibly upset. I'm like, yeah, you bitch ass nigga, learn how to play the fucking game. I figured out how to beat the grab string the first time I played another King. I'm like, you niggas suck. You said the victim? Yeah, fuck them, bro. You're my victim now. Fucking coming through it, dunking that ass, boy. Anyways, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna pull him out though. I need to keep working on it. But I started him at 0, and last night I was up till 2 a.m. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a little tired. I had to get the game results because I was having too much fun. I was wrecking niggas with this dude, bro. Fundamentals, and a couple combos, and I got to 72,000. I feel like within like a week, if I keep practicing, I can get to 100,000 with King easily. I can get into the higher ranks. Hello, I'm a Pyro. I am simply scouring the internet for good streamers. It's nice to meet you. You could have just said hi. What up, bro? You said, nah, pull him out. Nah, he not ready. He not ready. Is Tekken easier than Street Fighter 6? Nah, they're completely different games. You got to go into it with a different mindset. I will say, though, that certain characters in not Street Fighter, but Tekken, they be bailing niggas out. I still hate Victor players, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you be sidestepping him. I think Law, too. You be sidestepping they moves, and it tracks. It's bullshit. The tracking is bullshit. But anyways, and motherfuckers just be getting bailed out by the character, trying to lie and act like it's really not them, though. Let's read this Mass Effect shit. Y'all know I love Mass Effect. An eagle-eyed player has spotted a deep Mass Effect Easter egg in Helldivers 2. One that might put a smile on the face of anyone with fond memories shopping in the Citadel. Earlier this month, Arrowhead Game Studios, whatever, bro, get to it. Title shooter, the Helldivers 2 series, yeah. What's the Easter egg? Time you sidestep Victor and he's easy to punish. So it's a timing thing. You gave up Steve? No. I just wanted to try a new character. I've been saying I wanted to try Steve, especially because for those of you unaware, when it came to Street Fighter, I actually used to always be a Ken player. But I didn't like Ken in Street Fighter 6, man. I just feel like it was real glue eater shit. I just couldn't support that. So that's when I decided to try Zangief for the first time. I've never tried Zangief, and I've been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2. To be fair, I played Dudley and Bullrog, but they weren't in Street Fighter. So I decided to give Zangief, and I was like, it made me fall in love with the grappler character. So I was like, you know what? I want to try King in Tekken 8. So this is my first time playing. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 2. So this is my first time playing King as well. So, you know, we trying. Damn, you said Nomad is ass crazy. Nomad, Victor's a top tier character, bro. Victor's a top tier character without a doubt. And then when you start moving up in the ranks, all you're gonna see is Victor's and what's the old girl's name? Hahachi's daughter, Reina. You're gonna see a whole lot of Reinas, and all they do is leg sweeps. And that's when I jump into the air and say, bah! Back of your neck, bitch. Reina is OD as fuck. Yeah, she's definitely a top tier character. You could tell based off the amount of people that I used to play Marshall and Lee. But it's fun. I'm enjoying Tekken 8. It's fun. It's a good game for me to play off stream too. Cause like it doesn't require a lot of time. It's not like a big commitment with like a story and shit. I'm redacted and this is my favorite product in the acquisition center. Oh, this is the Easter egg. Oh, it's a reference to the Citadel. Reina and Asasuna. Yeah, Asasuna. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Yeah, she's ridiculous as well. Steve Fox got too much going on. I fought a Steve Fox with King last night. It's funny to fight him because I play him, so I know how to beat him. That nigga cannot kick, bro. Let's see what's going on with these exclusives. Warren has been informed by a source that the first 2 Xbox titles releasing on rival consoles post Activision Blizzard acquisition will be Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush and Obsidian's Pentiment? What is Pentiment? Bruh, someone help me. I'm a dysfunctional house. Oh, I'm in a dysfunctional house. My dad and his wife, the wife's kids roughly my age, are loud all fucking day. How old are you? That's the question. How old are you? What the fuck is Pentiment? Pentiment is a real I've never heard of this game. This came out in 2022. You said I'm 27. Now I'm gonna ask. You're crying about a dysfunctional house. Why are you 27 living with your dad and his wife? I gotta ask, dog. Cause man to man, you already know what's coming. I know it ain't easy, but you gotta move out. 2 grown-ass men cannot coexist in a house. I learned that very quickly when I was young. And you know the crazy part is too, I moved out when I was 19 and I ain't looked back since. Saving my money up. I learned quickly, me and my dad had like a bad relationship. And it's because, I don't know what the word is, but me and him have like very dominant personalities. The moment I moved out, like our relationship changed. Because we're not up under each other all the time. It's like he likes to lead, I like to lead. You can't have 2 leaders in a house, basically. So it's like it'll change your relationship too. Like it feels like it's dysfunctional, but to be honest, at 27, you honestly need to move out, dog. That's all that is. Save your money. Quit crying. Save your money. I can't leave. I had to move with my father until I pay off my car, and when I get my probation fixed to move to Texas with my mom, this is temporary. Oh, you got some other personal shit going on. Hey, well, you still can do it. Don't say can't. You gotta keep in mind the tongue is the most powerful thing on your body. You never talk down. You've had some setbacks, right? But it sounds like you're trying to do better. You got to keep in mind the way you speak to yourself is what you're going to actually manifest. So I always try not to talk down on I can't. I got to pay off the car. You got to change the perspective to when I pay off this car, this is what I'm going to do next. And You see what I'm saying? It's a matter of your perspective. I think you got to change a little bit. Just keep grinding, dog. You just got to accept, nigga, you're going to be uncomfortable. Ain't no growth came from being comfortable. You said, when is the word? What you talking about, bro? Shout out to the 500 people we got in here. But keep trying. You'll be all right, dog. I got faith in you. You're gonna be all right. He said, can't nobody say TV's an asshole. He being the big brother for real. I feel like the asshole. I mean, sometimes I am with the jokes and shit, but I feel like for the most part, I am very fair. Motherfuckers just don't like, I think what it is in the creator space, especially with streaming, because it's like a live interaction. I think what happens is a lot of creators, especially bigger ones, in order to get to that level, you have to almost not, what's the word? You have to not pay attention to your chat or not moderate. You have to not moderate your chat. Niggas just be letting people do whatever they want in their chat. And because I have like a standard, it comes across like I'm an asshole because, oh, this streamer over here doesn't care. Well, why do you care? Because I'm not him, bitch. The fuck is you talking about, bro? But you know, get money. What's going on? I feel like there's no news. I feel like there's nothing. That or I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I'm off the subs. When you record your videos, do you use anything to improve your audio quality? You ever thought about starting your own business outside of YouTube? Oh yeah, of course. But like, I wouldn't share them with y'all. It's nothing against y'all. It's more so like, I don't like people's energy on my ideas. I'm more of like one of my mantras is I let the scoreboard talk. You won't know I'm doing something until I announce it. Like it's done. You see what I'm saying? So like, I don't like to give like long-term ideas that I have to people because then somebody might say, oh, you can't do that. You don't want people's energy on your shit, right? But like in the moment it makes it change, it can fuck with you. It can fuck with you. So like, I don't want nobody's energy on my thought process and what I want to do in the future. Cause the moment I hear you can't do that, be like, no, bitch, you can't do that. And I'm not saying you would do that, but you know, you get the point. But yeah, I put limiter on my voice, like when we're editing the podcast. It's the only thing I do. You can look up tutorials for Final Cut. I'm seeing the same stories. I hate when people say you can't do that. That's just them projecting that they gave up on themselves. There's always a turning point for people who gave up on themselves, where they decided this is who I'm gonna be and it is what it is. And then what they do is they try to bring you down, whether it's sometimes, I don't even think it's intentional. It's just their energy. They try to project that shit onto you. And like, I try to stay away from that shit. Do you keep your ideas away from your sig too, or keep it brief? Nah, if you fuck with somebody the long way, I think you meant significant other. If you fuck with somebody the long way, like that's the type of person you would want to run it by. Cause that's your partner. Like you want to console them and see what they think. Like I just don't tell my ideas to like the general public, I would say. But yeah, we like the scoreboard talk. Let's go into sub box. The 2K news is shocking to me. What is the 2K news? Slam and roll. Disney Owaju, Rising Chef. They got the African chef shit. Owaju. Oh, this is a Disney movie. They got Destiny and Mass Effect. Bruh, stop fucking with my game. Yeah, my parents always come with me a bad energy on my aspirations, and that shit messes with me mentally. Still working on it. Yeah, my parents used to do the same shit, but to give you a different perspective, as you get older, especially if you want to do something that's more modern, they just don't understand. They're older. And like, if you succeed in whatever you're doing, or at least you're trying like really hard, your relationship with your parents will change. That's what happened with me. Nothing cures naysayers like winning. So my advice always is just focus on whatever it is that you want out of life. Everything else will fall into place. Yeah, you got to grind in the dark. Stop telling everybody your business, man. Jinso Chronicles, Tower of Fantasy, we already know. Fight Crab 2? What the fuck? Naysayers, don't use the N-word in my chat. WWE, NBA, and Lego 2K Drive developers reportedly hit by a second wave of layoffs. Unfortunate. Madam Web, it's Morbin time. Banishers, Splatoon, I don't care. Got a little bit of Bluey. Atomic Heart, I don't care about that. We probably about to get on this game. I don't really see nothing interesting. A lot of younger kids are getting from their parents when they say they want to. A lot of younger kids are getting from their parents when they say they want to make content. Are you saying their parents are putting the battery in their back? Is that what you're saying? Check Baldur's Gate 3 Twitter. They dropped details on a major patch. Is it good? This is all shit from yesterday. It's not good news. Baldur's Gate 3. Didn't Banishers come out today? Yeah, nobody cares. We told you we're not playing that swirler game. Having my mom tell me to stay at Walgreens instead of pursuing an editing career was crazy. It stems from the fact that like they just don't know any better. Like I remember back in like 2018, I believe, or 19, I spoke on a panel for like Black History Month, and it was for like different content creators and like industry people, like people suits that work for games companies. And one of the things that I said, and like I'm always gonna preach, this is specifically for Black people. I don't know if this can apply to Hispanic people, but I was like, one of the things we got to do as Black people is I was like, if your child is serious about whatever new thing it is, even if you don't understand it, I was like, encourage them. We always complaining about these fucking hairstyles in these video games. If your child wants to be a game developer, fucking let them be. If they want to be a pro gamer, let them be. The only thing that I will say to my kid is if they want to do something that's like a new job, I would say, all right, I'm going to sit you down. And I'm like, well, what's your plan? Okay, I don't think that's gonna work, but what about this? I'm gonna give you like a game plan. I'm gonna encourage them and try to like mentor them. And I feel like we as like Black people, we gotta stop doing that shit. We're so dismissive. And I feel like the parents in the room, they were very receptive when I said that. I was like, I told them, I was like, at bare minimum, I was like, if you don't understand it, I was like, it's a lot of money in this bitch. And trust me, I know, because I'm getting I said it's a lot of money in this bitch, but I would never tell my child that like, nah, you can't do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna ask you how you gonna do it though. Encourage people, man. We got to be more cognizant of what's going on in the world. Get off your fucking block. What the fuck is this shit? Slam and roll. Banishes is it all right? I give it a 7. You bought that shit, nigga? When you became a credit creator, did you tell your parents when you started it? No, I didn't. I was already an adult. You got to keep in mind, like YouTube, there was no Twitch. And when YouTube came along, I was in college. Well, I'll take that back. I started when I was 17, but I didn't tell my parents. I was doing like those voiceover things. I started taking it more serious in college, but I didn't really tell my parents I was doing it. But I mean, still to this day, it doesn't bother them. My parents be in the chat. They know how I am. Like, I don't hide. I think that's another thing why I don't come across as like weird. My family knows who I am. So like anything that I say on like stream, it doesn't like shock them because I say it in real life. I think I told the story. My parents first found out I was funny in the 8th grade, I believe, because I did used to hide it. But it was like 8th grade of middle school and then going into 9th grade. I don't know. Do kids still do this now? So like you get a yearbook and then, you know, like you would go around school and you have your friends like sign the yearbook, all your classmates, and they leave you like nice notes and shit. Long story short, at the end of my 8th grade year, I got my notebook signed by like all my different classmates, and my mom found it during the summer, and she read my yearbook in the back of it, and it was a bunch of girls in there. And my mom was like, this is a true story. If I'm lying, I'm dying, bro. This is a true story, bro. My mom she read my shit, and she said, Corey, she's like, what's all these little girls leaving their phone number for? Talking about you so funny, and she's like, you funny? I was like, cat's out of the bag. After that, I just stopped hiding who I was, because you know you don't know how like your family's gonna like recept to that shit. So like that's a true story, like how my parents found out. Ever since then, I was like 8th grade. It is what it is, because you know what I'm saying, when you funny, the panties drop. He said mom was perplexed, pretty much because I was quiet in the house. And to a degree, I still am very quiet. The most talking I do is on this stream. Game developer, yeah, but programmer, I would only let them if it's like a second plan, because here's the thing, people gonna do what the fuck they want to do, Burrito. Like I get what you're saying, like being a pro gamer is not the ideal job, But if somebody's really passionate about it, they're gonna do. It's almost like it's no different than trying to stop two people that are in love. Like, you know, the one racist white parent that tries to stop her white daughter from marrying that black man. All it does is push her closer to his black ass, bro. It's the same thing. So it's like, you got to be careful with that shit, I think. If you make her giggle, that ass will jiggle. This game already looks ass. Shit. Like, yeah, but I would agree that's not my ideal that I would want for my kid, but it's not my place to tell somebody how to live their life. You also got to let people fall on their face. We got African cooking mama, Nigerian cooking mama. It looked like the same exact game. They just put a skin on it. Have you dealt with creative burnout? All the time, bro. All the time. The worst thing is too, I got these beats playing. The worst thing too is a lot of times creative burnout happens to me when I feel like I'm on a roll. Like, I'll go on a tear where I'll drop like 4 banger videos in a row. And then like that week, because I do my videos during the weekend, like in bulk. The weekend, like, I'll have like no ideas, and then I'm like fucking panicking trying to figure out and shit. Because like that's the part of content creation that people don't tell you that sucks. Is somebody who's seen the industry evolve over the time. It started off like, yo, you could drop like 1 good video a month and your channel would grow. I would drop 1 video a month, fucking go to class and go about my business. Then it became at least 1 video a week, still not that bad. Then it became 3 videos a week. Then it became daily content. When niggas started doing daily content, it fucked up the game, bro. That's when that creative burnout shit started coming, bro. And like, it's just, I don't think people put enough respect on content creators on how hard that actually is. To be creative every fucking week and drop videos and content every fucking day. Like, that'll take a toll on anybody. And a lot of times people don't realize how hard it is until they try it themselves. Because like anybody can make a funny, in my opinion. So like the difference between somebody who's funny or like entertaining and somebody who had like a moment is like, to me, like a lot of niggas on the internet think they're funny because they dropped like a meme they probably stole. They'll steal a meme off Twitter, they'll share it, that shit goes viral. Now these niggas think they're funny. Like, no, funny to me is like you were consistently like in any type of situation. Why did I say that? I don't know, I'm tired. I was dunking niggas last night. I was good. Oh shit. Would you call hate content creative? Nah, I wouldn't. I would call that taking advantage of the algorithm. Let me pay attention to this trailer.
From Disney Animation and the groundbreaking storytellers of Kuga.
I'm calling it right now. This movie's gonna fail like a motherfucker. Not because I want to, but because it's African. Niggas is not gonna watch this shit. Not specifically niggas. My bad. Black people are gonna watch this shit. But I feel like there's going to be a certain demographic that's not even going to give this shit a chance. And then Disney's going to announce that it had poor sales. Look, this fucking woke ass movie. There's black people in Africa.
Golly.
Happy birthday.
I like the character design.
Izoti. You want stars for a pet?
It's great.
Comes a Disney Plus limited series.
What would you say if
I think I'm funny, but not stand-up funny, because that takes a certain amount of skill. All right, yeah. That's why I never did stand-up comedy. I think I'm funny enough to do stand-up comedy. I just never did it because I'm not passionate about it. I'm more of like a fan. And like for me, it's like a disrespect to the medium if you don't put your heart. My heart's not in that. So it's like, But like, I get what you're saying.
I asked you to go to the mainland?
Yeah, they gonna barely market this shit and then blame it on some other shit.
To see the real Lagos.
Yes, let's
Wakanda the movie.
Welcome to Lagos, Nigeria.
Tolab, your daddy has done.
Oh, it does take place in Nigeria.
This is how to fish in large rivers.
14.
Kings of Comedy Twitch edition.
She's your responsibility.
Find her.
Be careful, oh.
Funny enough, you said Kings of Comedy Twitch edition. I remember maybe like a month ago or something like that. I was walking in a certain area, and on the movie theater in that area, or the theater, whatever you call it, in that area, it said, "This week, buy your tickets for the Kings of Armenian Comedy." That shit made me laugh. The person I was with, they didn't even know that was a reference to the King of Comedy DVD, the classic DVD. And I just laughed because like the neighborhood we were in, there's no black people. And I was just like, yeah, they don't like us in our neighborhood, but they'll steal our shit. They'll steal our shit and use it for their fucking title. But then also I also think it's funny because I'm just like, what does that even mean? The Kings of Armenian Comedy. Do you only tell jokes that Armenians will understand? Because then I'd argue you're not funny. If you are funny, you can make everybody laugh. If you are funny. I knew I was funny when I went to I mean, I always knew. But like when I was at G4 and I was making white people laugh, I can adjust. And then also when I worked with kids, although kids are kind of easy to make laugh. But like I'm able, like people watch my stream and they think that like I have like a certain type of humor. I can adjust my humor to the room. The kings of Armenian comedy. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like even the original kings of comedy, they call it the kings of comedy. And any caller who watched that, they would think that shit is funny because it was actually fucking funny. I was like, kings of Armenian comedy. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
People are actually dangerous.
I laugh in the face of danger.
I didn't hear you laugh. Oh.
That's what Bernie Mac has said. Yeah, funny is funny. Like there's comedians, like most of my favorite comedians are black, to be honest. But there are comedians that are white that I like. There are Hispanic comedians that I like. Like funny is fucking funny. And it's like, you shouldn't have to explain your fucking joke. I'm not gonna lie, I might watch this. It doesn't look bad. How do you, any Nigerians in the chat, how do you pronounce this? Awaju? Is that how you pronounce? Oh, this is a TV show.
Actually, kind of cute. I take that back.
Nigeria forever. Why is it dropping at the end of the month? Who knows? On my birthday too. I don't have a problem with CGI animated Disney movies, but can we see an animated Disney movie that isn't CGI? Oh, you mean like traditional drawing? I think it's because computer generated graphics are easier and cheaper to do compared to hand drawn shit. I mean, that's why a lot of anime companies have moved towards more CGI, because hand drawn is just, and I get it, because like I appreciate more hand drawn shit. Like even like the classics like Bugs Bunny and shit like that. It just like it's just more timeless. I think the issue with like 3D graphics is it tends to date itself within like 10 to 20 years because computer graphics are constantly evolving. But hand-drawn shit is timeless if it looks good. So like I get it. Yeah, it's faster to produce. I get it why they do it, and then I also get why like it's more, it's greed. Corporations want to pump out shit. I think Toy Story was the catalyst for that, because from what I remember as a kid, Toy Story was like the first big CG movie. And even now, if you go back and watch the original Toy Story, it still looks decent, but it does look dated. It does look dated. And I feel the same is going to be for like these movies 20, 30 years from now, because things are just going to get better and better and better. Yeah, like the movie, I think Toy Story still stands up because of the story. The film is actually good. Like if I had kids, that's a movie that like I would want them to watch, as well as Lion King. To me, that's Disney, baby. And I think the same will be true for Finding Nemo. That's a great film. At some point, it's going to look dated. I think it still looks good, but at some point, it's going to look dated. But I think the story in it is so strong, it doesn't matter. Strong storytelling, writing, that's the most important thing. Yeah, no. What Across the Spider-Verse did for animation. Yeah, that shit's going to stand the test of time. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm going to get on Suicide Squad and ramble.